The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 289 of your daily deck review. The deck that we're taking a look at today is the NASCAR playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. This is more of a little bit more unique deck review today. So we're taking a look at the NASCAR playing cards, and they come in this metal tin. So it's a 2-deck set, which we'll see later on. But first, we'll take a look at this tin that they're inside. As you can see, it kind of looks like the hood of a car. So you got the GM logo there. It says Goodwrench Service Plus. Then you got the Dale Earnhardt little signature there. Got the Chevy logo there. And you got the little number 3 there on that headlight. And you got the other headlight over there. Make it look like the car, a hood of a car there. And then on the edges of the tin there's nothing there. It's just like that shiny black color. Then on the back, here you got a little bit of like, it says Dale Earnhardt Inc. You got a little like thing about Dale Earnhardt there. You got some corporate information at the bottom here. These are from 2005, Dale Earnhardt, the United States Playing Company, made in the U.S. These are from Cincinnati, Ohio, so they're old United States Playing Company factory. And you got the NASCAR logo down there. There. And then if you want me to, can quickly read that. It says, Dale Earnhardt was a legend in his own time, known as the Intimidator on the NASCAR tracks across the USA. His presence is still left among his fans. The famous number 3 can be seen adoring cars and trucks on America's highways anywhere. Among NASCAR fans, the legend will live on forever. The unique tin replicates the hood of the Earnhardt's famous number 3 car. 2 decks of premium playing cards feature the image of the man and the car. A perfect gift for any NASCAR fans and collectors of all ages. So it's a pretty unique little set, little tin that we've seen so far. Now we'll take a look at the cards on the inside. Here on the inside, you just got like the little silver for the inside of the tin there. And we got two decks here. So it's 2 different decks. You got like this more gray deck that we're going to look at today. And then you got this more orange one, which we'll look at another date. Probably tomorrow is the next deck review. Little hint there, but it is a 2 set, so we'll look at one for now. So we'll take out this gray one. There's that little insert here just to separate them. So we'll put these off to the side. No, I guess we'll. Oh yeah, there's the tuck box. Now that we've seen the little tin, we'll take a look at the tuck box here. Here we have the gray edition of the Dale Earnhardt NASCAR playing cards here. It's in the standard glossy finish tuck box. You got that kind of black and gray kind of color for the tuck box. It says NASCAR at the top. You got the Dale Earnhardt little signature there, and then you got a little picture of him there in the corner. It says playing cards. On this side, you got the image that kind of wraps around. The image just wraps around the tuck box and on to the back there. On the bottom, you got the barcode, and these are from the makers of bicycle playing cards. And then on the back, you got the little description that I kind of read there on the back of the tuck box. So if you want to pause and read, you can. It's pretty much the same as the back of the tin, except for the little bottom. It says 54 standard playing cards are suitable for all card games. You got the little corporate information down there saying made in USA, the NASCAR little logo there and stuff, and Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing on the top of the tuck box, just that the image kind of wraps around there. On the tuck flap, same thing. It's just the one big image of a little NASCAR track. Same thing on the inner tuck flaps, just that image that kind of wraps around. Now we take the cards out of the box. Oh yeah, take the card out of the box. On the inside of the tuck box, it is just plain white. Nothing too crazy or fancy going on inside there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. We'll start with that back design. Here we have a borderless one-way back design, which we're seeing like kind of the image on the front of the tuck box, where it has that black and gray kind of back design there. Looks like the car there and him like leaned up against the car. And we got the Dale Earnhardt signature there in the white font. Then we got a picture of Dale Earnhardt right there. And it is a one-way back design, so if we were to flip it over, the image would be upside down. Now for the cards you get with the deck, you'll start with the first Joker. In this case, it's called the Wild card, where you got that same kind of back design, like as the back design, like the little, but it's in like a white colorway instead. And then you got the actual clear image here, because you can kind of see it over here, like that little picture of like the car and him leaning against it is the back design there. And I think that goes, no? And then you got two identical kind of jokers, like the wild cards, two identical ones of those. And we get to that custom ace of spades, where it's just like the face, his face there, because it shows on the back design, that little image of his headshot there. And then the rest of the cards are pretty just standard. They just got like the white pips with like the black kind of box there. So they're like pretty standard looking, nothing like overly crazy about them. Then you got the Jack, Queen, and King of spades, and these are fully custom because you got like that silhouette in the background of whatever the image is. Then you got that image in the background there. Then you got a picture of Dale Earnhardt for the Jack of spades. Then you got a picture of his card for the Queen of spades. And then you got another picture of him with his car there for the King of spades. And then the Ace of diamonds is pretty much the same as the Ace of spades. So probably all the spades will be the same. It's a little picture of him there. Yeah. And then the diamonds here are pretty standard diamonds. They just have the white pips and then the red box around. And they're pretty standard. That goes throughout the rest of the diamonds. And then you got the Jack, Queen, and King of diamonds here. And they look pretty similar too. Yeah, they're pretty much identical to the spades. I guess all the core cards might be the same. And they just have like a red, kind of reddish orange box around instead of like the black ones that the clubs and the spades have. Yep, and the core cards for the Jack, Queen, and King of clubs are just the same. So they're all the same. All the core cards are the same. And then you got the clubs with the white pips and the black box around them. And that custom ace of spades, where it's his face again, so all the spades are the same. And all the core cards are the same. Jack, Queen, and King, same as the orange box for the red pips. Then you got the white pips with the red box around it for the hearts. Pretty standard looking hearts. And then that ace of spades, no, the ace of hearts is the same as all the other spades there. So some of the cards repeat a little bit, but still a nice little souvenir deck to have. And now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And these are kind of more of like a papery, like plastic coating. They got more of like a plastic coating kind of like shine on the back, and then a more papery, like matte finish on the front of the faces. So we'll test the handling now. We'll start with the springs. And I do gotta say, they just based off those first couple, they do spring a little bit. Like they do spring, but they're definitely a little bit clumpiness. They got a little bit of clumpiness to them. So they're definitely not the smoothest springs ever, but they still do spring for what they are. And that's because they're not like super smooth cards. They definitely clump a little bit, but they're not really meant for like shuffling up and like doing crazy moves with. They're meant for like a souvenir deck to collect if you're a NASCAR fan, or just to play like simple card games here and there. But they can spring, just not like super good. But now time for the fans. And I gotta say, as you can see right away, these do not fan like really well at all. They still fan, like you can still fan them. They just really clump like a lot. So there's not like, yeah, they really clump. You can definitely see here with the faces. You can get a little bit of a decent fan, but nothing like super smooth and crazy, like an air cushion from his bicycle deck. But they do fan a little bit. Or you can see some of the numbers and some of the pips there. And there's a little bit of clumpiness and a little bit of stickiness to the cards. A little better than I thought they would be, but they definitely clump a lot. Now time for the Pharaoh. I did have to lightly push them together to get them to interlock and weave together. The interlock and weave, decent. Nothing crazy, but pretty good there for what they are. Now time for a giant fan of that back design. We got a pretty, almost decent giant fan. Now time for that reverse Pharaoh. And they do not want to interlock and weave at all. So I don't know if you can even Pharaoh these the reverse way. And I'm just going to say, no, they cannot Pharaoh. Wait, they might. Oh, I had to fight with them a little bit to get them to interlock and weave. They did interlock and weave, but it was a bit of a fight, so definitely not worth it. But now time for a giant fan of the faces. And now time for the riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. And this is the part of the video where that one-way back design will get mixed up. And I'm gonna say this is probably one of the only things that they'll be able to do, like pretty good, in this video. Because they seem to be pretty good for riffle shuffles and bridge shuffles. It's definitely more of a thicker stock of a card. Because they got that like plastic kind of feel and a different coating to it. A little more thicker stock. But the riffle shuffles and bridge shuffles actually seem really smooth. There's no stickiness to it. So they work perfectly every time. Nice and consistent. But now time for the packet cuts. And they'll definitely packet cut. Because any deck can packet cut. No issues with the packet cuts, really. So the packet cuts are pretty good. There so far. Yep, there's definitely no issues with the packet cuts. They pack it pretty good because they're more like they have a little bit more stickiness to them. So they pack it up pretty good. They're a little bit slippery from time to time, but not entirely slippery like a normal deck of cards. Now time for that one-handed cut or serrated cut. They are a little bit sticky because like and a little bit slippery at the same time. Because the one-handed cuts like the serrated cuts kind of sticking together a little bit. Now time for the dribble. These have like thicker dribbles. It's almost hard to like grip onto them to dribble them. Because you have to slightly bend them to dribble them. If they still do dribble, it's just you have to put a little bit more effort into it when they're face up. when they're face, when they're back design up. When they're face up, it's definitely a little bit more like you can bend them a little bit easier, but they're definitely a lot more slipperier when they're face up. Because all the cards just like to slide off, and I just dropped a few, or just a few slid out of my hand there. So they definitely can dribble a little bit, but not like the best. Like this way is just really hard to grip onto and like bend and dribble them. And then this way is just really loose, like slippery, like they just want to slide out of my hands. And now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say it's pretty, like, if you're into NASCAR, then it would be a nice deck to have, just to, like, have on a shelf as a collector's item. And then for the faces here, you got the core cards are repeating core cards, and also the aces are also repeating. So you got those nice images of Dale Earnhardt and his car there on those aces and the core cards there. Even though that they do repeat on all of them. And you got pretty standard faces here. Well, the faces are just pretty standard. So overall, it's like a nice simplistic, like little collector deck. Because you can't really like use them for shuffling. The design's pretty decent. I'm not really like a huge NASCAR fan, but I still think they're decent cards for what they are. And then for the handling, they don't really handle too good. The only thing that really like the best thing is like the packet cuts. Packet pretty good. A little slippery from time to time. And like the best thing they do is they riffle shuffle and bridge shuffle. Like fantastic. So that's the only like pretty good shuffle they can do. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 289 of your daily deck view. This has been the Gray Tuck Box Dale Earnhardt NASCAR playing cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.